Let us jump into it. Obviously, this week's update, Mod Infinity, customer support week coming in, really awesome, along with Gielinorian Giving, which we'll get to in just a moment. But talk to us about it. I mean, how's it going?
Yeah, really good. So customer support week is the fourth version that we've done, and we try and make sure it's bigger and better than ever before. And it's really a good opportunity for us to celebrate the kind of work that the player support team do here at Jagex, but also to kind of celebrate our great community as well. People will hopefully know that, just like last year, the spotlight is on account security. We think it's really important. You know, unfortunately, we do see people contact us who have lost their accounts because they got hijacked. And so we really want to make sure that we're spreading the word about how you can keep your account safe, how you can detect phishing links and all that kind of stuff. And one way that we're doing that with the RuneScape community is by incentivizing having the authenticator and bank pin. They're both free and easy to set up. They take literally minutes. And it's great to see so many of the community have got it already. And if you do have a bank pin, you'll get a treasure hunter key every single day, an extra one. And if you've got the authenticator, you'll get another extra key. So there's 14 keys up for grabs this week if you've got both the authenticator and bank pin. Count Check is back again in Lumbridge, so you can go speak to him and you can join the drop. Myself and Mod Steve W launched it yesterday on stream, which was quite fun. I think we had like 600 people play it, and at the end 27 people won it. So like quite a lot of people got some questions wrong. So
any that surprised you in particular? That they got wrong, I guess, isn't the right way.
Yeah, the few about, I think one of the questions is like one of our, we ask it every single year, and I think, you know, back in Andrew's days, 2002, 2003 kind of days, you know, what do you do if someone annoys you? It's annoy them back, ignore them or report them. The answer is to ignore them, but a lot of people pick annoy them back. They don't annoy them back, just ignore them. It's the best way to deal with that kind of stuff. It's quite a fun one we put in there. It's good to see so many people just fall out because they want to just annoy them back.
It's good to see so many people fall out.
But yeah, so there's a spoiler there with the answer for that question. But you can play the drop, and if you get all questions answered correctly, you unlock the knowledgeable title, and you also get an XP lamp as well. We've got daily clue scrolls, so you can talk to Count Check and get a free clue scroll every single day. And if you miss a day, don't worry, you can go back and collect that clue scroll you missed. When you complete that scroll, you get a normal casket, which everybody can open, but also we've put in a security casket, which is red, and you can only open that if you've got kind of rock solid security on your account. So make sure you do get that authenticator and bank pin. Count Check's also quite handy in that he'll do a security check for your account as well. So you can speak to him, takes a few seconds, and if you do have authenticator and bank pin, he'll give you another XP lamp. So there's XP galore, there's keys galore, lots going on, there's a drop, there's the clue scrolls. Anyone who plays RuneScape on Old School, in Old School you get those features, you get extra bank spaces as well, which is a kind of win-win there.
No, I think they got 16 bank spaces, correctly. Obviously, with the caskets as well, any clue items you get will go towards the upcoming clue collection log. So with this update, we introduced the ability for us to start tracking your clue items. You won't be able to view them yet, but when the clue scroll update overhaul comes out, we'll actually have that updated on the clue log. So that'll be pretty handy. Do you want to talk to us about Gielinorian Giving as well? I mean, you know, what's involved, what's our plan?
So yeah, I'll refer to Salem on that one.
Go for it.
I know it's a lot of fun.
It is, yeah. So this is something that we did earlier this year. I can't remember when. Can't remember exactly. May. So we were I went to say celebrating there. We were giving awareness to. It was Mental Health Awareness Week, and in October on the 10th, so next week, it's Mental Health Awareness Day. So we've brought the event back to kind of support that as well. So it's much of the same almost, except with a brand new outfit. So you can go to Lumbridge, find our charity representatives there for CPSL Mind, for Princess Trust, and for YMCA as well. You can chat to them and they tell you a bit about their kind of charities and what they do. And then on top of that, you can go through your normal daily scaping, what you usually do, whether that's bossing or skilling or whatever it is, collect charity tokens and then bring them to the NPCs, and then they'll unlock the new outfit, which is the Warden of the Mind this time around. So last year we had, last time we had Defender of the Mind, this time it is Warden of the Mind. So it's like a mage-inspired outfit in the same style, which has a sweet looking staff, which is really, really nice.
So I believe it lasts 14 days, is that correct?
It lasts 14 days,
cool.
Yeah. So it started yesterday, it goes on till, I believe it's update in a couple of weeks' time. And then on top of everything else, you have the ability to buy the new cape in the actual store itself, in the interface in game, as well as if you missed the last event, you can also buy last event's outfit, as well as the pet that we had last time as well, the angelic Anari. And everything that you purchase, all kind of donations and everything that comes in goes to the 3 charities, split equally between them. So please, please, please go and donate if you can. That'd be awesome.
And just another note as well, obviously the last time we ran the event was back in May when you got the currency. There's now no cap on this.
No, of course, yeah.
So do you want to quickly talk about that as well?
So the TLEs, we listened to the feedback from you guys of people not really liking the fact that you had to only get 1,000 a day, added to the whole dailyscape thing that people didn't really like, which we completely agreed with. So we decided to take the cap off. We did it a few events ago. It went down really well with you guys. You seemed to really like the fact that you could do things as and when you wanted, rather than having to feel like you had to do 1,000 every day and you couldn't do anything else. So so you have you can spread out your time across these next 2 weeks as much as you want.
Awesome. So I'm going to get ready to come over to Novtumber. Are you able to kind of summarize it? Because we actually have a bit of a gameplay section.
Of course, yeah. So
go for it.
We've got Mohawk in the studio to kind of show you guys a little bit. She just cheered if you heard that. So we might have seen this at Runefest. We kind of announced it properly at Runefest. It's our kind of creator event this month. It's huge, it's amazing, it's a huge beer fest basically, obviously taken from inspiration from Oktoberfest, and we are basically just giving you the ability to go into the crater, take part in loads and loads of different events, different styles of mini games, earn loads and loads of rewards, get loads of XP. And I think the best thing about it is that we've listened to your feedback from all the past ones we've done, so Beach mainly and Spring Fair, taken on all your feedback. Obviously Spring Fair, no one really liked the cap. We were trying to make it a fair type event where you pay tokens and came in. Obviously people didn't like that for good reason, so we've got rid of that completely. And people didn't really like the Beach thermometer either, because it meant that they had to, again, it felt a bit dailyscape. It meant that people had to come in, do their thermometer, and then they had to go away
So
again.
that's completely gone?
So that's gone. There's no
awesome.
cap. There's no cap on the Novemberfest. It's completely open to just use as and when you want. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. So Mohawk, are you good to go? Are we good to show this? All right. Awesome. So we'll throw it over to Mohawk, who's going to take you through Novtumberfest, and obviously we'll try and pick up questions along the way. But let's jump in and have a bit of fun.
First off, I'm subbing for my Krista today because she's not very well. So if I don't know everything, that's why. So this is the creator for Novemberfest. It is beautifully decorated over here. This is our host for the year. This is Joanna. She's our wonderful host with her keg. That sounded a bit rude, didn't it? Then we have the portals like we have every year to all of your D&Ds and stuff. And coming over here, we have one for Manifest and the Ark as well. So one of the features of Novemberfest is this wonderful statue, which is in homage to the statue that they actually have for this kind of celebration. We have table dancing over here, where you follow your leaders over here and do the dance to get some XP. We have stein making, so you make some steins. This here is a little mini game which we've added in, which is more interactive than what you probably are used to with these kind of events. This is Kegger. I won't be showing that today because I am god-awful at it, so I'm just going to leave that be. Then we have a cooking area over here where you can cook sausages with my favoritist sign, it's not even a word, in the whole game. The little sausage guy over there, so happy. We come over here. And we have a selection of Warpatingers. Wizard Didit, who you might remember from a Valentine's event this year, is back and he's causing a little bit of mischief. So we have some Warpatingers chilling around that you have to deal with. I believe that's Slayer and Summoning XP in there, which is quite cool. We have a racetrack portal over here, which will take you to the, I don't even know quite sure what it's called, but it's like the, similar to the ice skating rink that we've had for past events. We have an archery area here where you can get your ranged XP, and you can make your kegs over here as well. And then right in the center, is the beautiful carousel, which I can tell you now was incredibly difficult to implement. But yeah, it's looking beautiful. So yeah, as Salen said, there is no cap this year. You don't have to have any tokens or anything like that to be able to take part. So you can just basically do as much as you really wish. We have various rewards, which you'll see down here, which you can get in the event. This first, though, this is a bar crawl card, which I think we mentioned at Runefest, which, when you open it, it's similar to the treasure map that we've had for the beach, where every day a new inn will be open, and you can go to it, buy the drink that's shown, and it'll get ticked off your little map. There are different cards for members and free-to-play, I do believe. That's what Krista did. So free-to-play will be able to finish it all as well, so that's good. Do you want me to go over the rewards, Salen?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah?
Well, some of them, not all of them.
Oh, okay. Shall I go over my favourite ones?
I don't know what they are, so sure, why not?
So this little thing down here, this is a keg companion pet, which is my favouriteest of all of them. So I'm just going to consume that. And then we'll jump into here, and I can get Keggy, and he's adorable. He's a little keg pet. He is honestly like the cutest thing ever. So he's basically, sorry?
You can do the emote.
Yeah. It's that little jump that he does. It's so cute. So yeah, that's Keggy, who's basically just a tiny dog in keg form. Yeah, I think our animators are very proud of the work that they did on that. What else do we have down here that I recognise? We have another pet as well. So you may have noticed that when I was showing you the Warpatingers, wherever they've disappeared to, that they're not quite the Warpatingers that you're used to seeing in game. We've actually made a new type of Warpatinger, which we're updating, or we're making a new summoning familiar out of. No, maybe. Ignore me. Maybe. Let's just ignore that I said that. So yeah, we have Tinga, who is our Warpatinger pet. So yeah, and that's him there. Equally as cool. I assume he has an emote as well, so let's show that. Yeah, so that's two of the rewards. I don't know if we want to go over any more or leave it to you guys to figure out when you're actually in there. But yeah, there's various other ones down here. If you can decipher those tiny weeny little icons, then good on you. Yeah, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah.
Awesome. We'll be back with Mod Mohawk in just a little bit. Oh, hi, Mod Timbo and Mod Raven.
I'm on the stream.
In particular, Mod Raven. Last time we haven't had you on the stream in a long time. Not including RuneFest, but I mean a couch stream.
No.
It's been a long time.
Many moons.
Yeah, the presence has been missed. So before I jump into it really quickly, because it's been a while.
It's Mod Raven.
It's Mod Raven, but it is Mod Raven.
Stream, Raven, stream.
As a quick summary, how did Lore Marathon for RuneFest go?
Oh, brilliantly. Yeah, it was really good. I mean, obviously on the stream there were a couple of sound problems near the very end, which turned us into Daleks, which was incredibly enjoyable, but not entirely useful. But the marathon was really good. Some good questions, some very strange questions. Someone, paid the price of a RuneFest ticket just to come and ask us the all-important question of, do gods poo? Yeah.
Do they?
We decided they can if they want.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because, such is their divine power.
For a more detailed answer, watch the lore stream video on YouTube.
Now I can only think of Brassica and the
Well, there was loads of Brassica Prime questions that were very strange. Of course, I loved them, but they were very strange.
So yeah, Mod Raven is on the couch in relation to a little bit of something we're talking about later on. Mod Timbo here, of course, representing the ninjas. But I'm going to come back to you, Mod Salem, really quickly. So, looks great. The carousel, it looks massive.
You don't
just taking over.
It's so much work for the guys to make that happen. And even so, I don't know if we're showing it. We had some horrific but pretty hilarious bloopers of people trying to ride the carousel, because you can ride it. My whole didn't show you, but you will be able to ride it. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to tweet some of those out because they were hilarious.
Yeah, I love stuff like that, as long as we can share here and there. So I'm going to use this opportunity to go into Dimension of the Damned.
Of course.
So a couple of questions. Then I'm going to come back over to Mohawk, who's actually got a bit of gameplay to show for the first time.
I've got one thing to say about the Novemberfest stuff, actually.
Go.
Something that wasn't quite covered. I can't remember if Mohawk said it, so I'm going to repeat it just in case. It was the prizes that you get. So the ones that you showed the two of, you showed the two pets. They are, you can earn them by doing everything. You can buy them with rune coins in the store, should you want to. However, that's kind of the only thing that you can purchase. It's because there's lots of people that don't like those events necessarily, but they do like the rewards. So they like to come in, just get the rewards, and then go off and do what they usually do. So you can do that if you want to. I'm looking at this camera, not that one. And yeah, so you can do that. You can come in, get the rewards, and go away, or you can get them from just doing the events. So
one thing that came to my mind: are there any Iron Man restrictions whatsoever? Anything Iron Man should be aware of?
I'm going to say no, apart from obviously the skills that they can't. No, wait, obviously Iron Man. Because I'm thinking free play. Sorry. No, I don't think there are. There are none? No. They can get everything. They can... there might be some restrictions with the bar crawl.
Okay.
I can't think off the top of my head, though.
Yeah, that gives, like, actual lamps as prizes, so I imagine they won't be able to do that.
Okay, cool. So if you didn't hear that, Mohawk said they actually give actual lamps as prizes, so it shouldn't affect it. But yeah, I think, yeah, it's if I'm wrong, I will find out and I will get JD to tweet about it on the Twitter.
Alrighty, let's go into Dimension of Damned. So, again, we've obviously covered it a fair bit from RuneFest to the BTS, who I believe a stream we did last week as well. But as a quick overview, can you kind of summarise what players are expecting with this?
So it's a brand new game mode set in a completely different dimension of Gielinor, where the anima under the ground has kind of been corrupted a little bit and has started bringing bodies to life that shouldn't be coming back to life. So we have loads of zombies that are rising from the ground, and the dimension has called out for help, and you have answered the call. However, in answering the call, you have also got stuck in the dimension, and you can no longer get back to your own version of Gielinor, so you have to fight as much as you can to survive. And that's it, pretty much. It's people are trying to compare it to Deadman mode. It's kind of similar in the sense that it runs like a seasonal event, but it's not similar as in it's not PvP related at all. It's all PvE, sorry. And you can have some level of PvP if you manage to lock someone in a room with a barricade, for example. However,
so griefing.
Yeah,
in
you
that
can
sense.
grief.
Okay.
I don't like using the word grief because it's not
no, of course,
griefing,
it's not back griefing. But
you can make people's lives a little bit harder, but you can. It's easy to, if someone does decide to do that to you, there are ways around it. You're not completely stuck.
So a couple of quick fire questions. Free to play?
Yes, completely free to play.
New accounts?
I realised it was quick fire, so I stopped talking.
No, but you can elaborate, of course.
No, let's go. Quick fire.
Okay, free to play, yes.
Free to play, yes.
Will it be on a new server, new accounts, etc.? So
we're using beta servers, so no. It's your account, but... oh, I answered that really badly. It's your account you can use, so you don't have to make a new account or create a new name or anything like that, but it's not on the game servers, they're on beta servers. This is not quickfire. Let's just do it as a normal question.
That's fine. Are we expecting to stream any of the stuff that's going on?
Yes. So the finale we want to stream as best we can. So we're going to do I believe it's the 28th of October is the finale. So we want to do that. We're going to be streaming the finale here, I believe. So that'll be good. And we've got some stuff planned for the actual preparation side of things that we were literally having conversations about earlier today with JD and whatnot, so I won't say too much about that because we still need to get that finalised.
Whatnot.
Sorry?
Whatnot has a name.
Whatnot, JD and whatnot.
JD and whatnot. I couldn't remember his mod name and I didn't want to say it on stream.
Mod John.
So.
Mod John.
Is it Mod John?
Yeah, it's Mod John.
I am so not getting the stream down, am I? Sorry, guys. John and JD, we were chatting about to them earlier today about what we could do to stream stuff during the preparation. So we've got some ideas, but I don't want to say anything because nothing's set in stone.
Can Iron Man accounts participate?
Yeah, yes.
Testing your knowledge now.
You are, aren't you? Yeah, yes, no, they can. Yeah, because it's completely different. Yeah, they can. Yes, they can.
All right, I'm going to give you a break.
Thanks. Go to the person who knows what she's talking about.
Right. So we're going to come back to my Mohawk because we actually, for the first time, are showing what they can expect. Obviously, not, of course, a real representation of what would be like the full world, etc.
Yep.
But we're going to throw it over to my Mohawk and take it away. Let's see what we have.
Okay, so this is what you will see when you first log into the game mode. You have your character, nicely, suitably dressed up in some like survival gear. And then you'll notice that in my inventory here, I've got various little bits and bobs. This is what everybody will be given as default when they first log in. Some of this is still placeholder, so some of the models you might, you know, recognize. They're not actually what you think they are. So I've been very, very kind, and I've given you a bronze sword and a short bow, and 50, that's a lot, 50 bronze arrows, and a wooden shield. So that's all you have to start off with to defend yourself. You also get a biohazard canister, some fortified logs, and a small amount of bottle corks. So bottle corks are a in-game currency that you'll be able to earn. You only get this from killing zombies. And I will quickly spin around and show you this little shop over here. This is Zrick's shop, who is a friendly zombie, who some of you might remember from an event we did a little while ago. And this is where you can spend your bottle corks. If anybody gets that reference, though, kudos to you. Just the name of that currency. Just putting that out there. So we have fortified logs is what you make your barricades with. So those are things that you can throw down everywhere. They can't just be made with normal logs because anima, corruption, has diminished their structural integrity in a way. So you've had to get some fortified logs instead to make a barricade. And then we have a biohazard canister, which when you combine it with the other half, which crystallized zombie blood, I think that's what I called it. When you combine those two, it makes an antidote for zombieism, which is a disease that you can get infected with when fighting the zombies. So yeah, basically a quick whistle-stop tour of what's happening. This is Falador, as you don't know, but probably love it. So you'll see there's some dead bodies, there's fires. If you see this one, there's like little zombie heads in the fire. Anyway, that amused me. Crates of bodies and that kind of thing. Generally, this kind of aesthetic is across the game world. Well, the free-to-play world, because that's the only area you're allowed in. And then outside the walls is where the zombies can spawn. I am actually just going to do that so zombies don't spawn on me whilst I'm just running around. So yeah, if we just have a quick look around, there's various barricades. You might notice that there is a distinct lack of NPCs around. That's because everybody is dead. So don't expect to be able to do things like quests and that kind of stuff because everybody, no one's there available to give you the quests. I shall show you a couple of the highlights that we have, if this works. Yes. So if I quickly go down here, you'll see here that the bridge to the Wizard's Tower has been demolished, basically. The Wizards in the Wizard's Tower are a little bit worried about all the zombies coming, so they've kind of blocked themselves off. So they're all safe and happy over there, trying to sort out a solution to this whole situation, whilst you are stuck killing things. Yeah, there's general fortifications everywhere, that kind of thing. So you'll be out here trying to survive with your barricades and your bronze sword. But yeah, so yeah, zombies will spawn. They will drop various things like your currency. They'll drop better weapons for you. They'll drop things for the antidotes, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, obviously it'll be a lot busier when there's more people here. And there'll be lots more zombies. Generally, zombies spawn more if you're doing stuff. So if you're chopping a tree down or something, they're more likely to spawn. If there are more of you in an area, zombies that already exist are likely to gravitate towards you. So staying in big groups can be advantageous, but also, you know, gets more zombies in your general area. Which was quite funny when we were doing the playtest and there's mod Sailing trying to play and having an actual fit when one of the bigger zombie spawn, which
I like when you said trying to play. That's really nice of you.
You were trying to play. You got your little mithril sword, didn't you? So that was cute. So yeah, I've just noticed something actually. There's been a down here, a message in my chat log saying that a supply drop has spawned. So that's a little bit of gameplay that we've introduced where I think it's every 15 to 30 minutes a supply drop will spawn in one of 40 different locations around the free-to-play world. And hopefully I've made the descriptions, you know, descriptive enough so you to figure out where they are. But yeah, they will have a cool item inside of them, something useful. So generally worth trying to go for. Yeah, that's kind of like the starting of Dimension of the Damned. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I hope you will enjoy it. It's going to be amazing.
All right, there you go. So, as you've seen, the world itself has changed up a fair bit there. I can only imagine how much of a pain that was to go through and try and strip out everything. Because I imagine, how was that actually? I'm going to ask that.
A pain. No, we thankfully got a lot of help from some of our tools guys, and they basically batch edited all of the map squares and removed all the NPCs. So that was amazing. Otherwise, we would have been there for days.
So, how long has it actually been in development?
From design or from development? Design has probably been around February, March this year.
I mean, yeah, there was talks about it earlier, just random mentions, but yeah.
Basically, we kind of had sat down and we were like, you know, dead man mode is the thing people like, you know, people even from kind of the RuneScape 3 community kind of enjoy it and like watching it and like participating in it. But there was aspects of it that don't really translate that well over to RuneScape 3 itself. So we were just like, what can we do to kind of make a mode that's very similar, but also in theme with our game and in theme with what it is that we have to offer, basically. There are lots of different ideas, but I think Dimension of the Damned is the one that kind of stuck. I almost called it the other name then. Dimension of the Damned is the one that stuck. So that's what we went with.
Yeah.
So I saw in the so when we released the trailer around about Runefest time, I believe, we saw the updated zombies. Are we expecting to see them come over to the main game at all in any way?
Possibly.
Or are they kind of like an exclusive?
They're already in the main game technically because we put them in the update we did, the Halloween update from last year. Yeah.
Yep.
So technically they're already in there, but there's possibilities of moving them over to, of course, to the main game. Yeah.
Awesome. Prizes, so we're able to talk about any prizes whatsoever?
So yes, however, we're going to be doing a list of what it is, what you get. There's it's basically different tiers of prizes, so it's not just a winner gets something and that's it. There are different prizes depending on how well you do. So there's prizes for just taking part in the preparation period. There are also prizes for making it into the invitational period. There's prizes for coming in like the top 10, and then there's a big prize for the winner. So yeah, so I'm not saying what exactly what it is just yet. You're using your prying Shawnee eyes.
I just needed to know that.
Tell me just something, just a little bit something.
They're combinations of in-game and real-life prizes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So stuff that you can use in the game, and you will take it over to your actual account. So you won't be it won't be stuck in the Dimension of the Damned world. You'll be able to actually use it in the RuneScape game itself, as well as a combination of real-life prizes too.
What are you in particular hoping to see when it goes live? Well, actually, first of all, when is it going live? Well, Death, obviously.
I like how you're sitting there.
Yes. Kill everybody.
So it goes live on the 16th of October.
16th, okay.
I'm worried that you don't know that.
No, I do. I'm just double checking with you because I'm going to say something that you're going to be like, no, it's not.
No,
because that's how Mel talks.
That's how I talk.
Yeah, 16th of October is when it goes live with the game update, so it won't be like a midnight release or anything. It'll be during the day when we're all in the office, so we make sure everything's working. What do we expect to see? I expect to see a lot of people relying on their RuneScape knowledge that they might not have had to rely on for quite some time.
Yeah, things like shortcuts and general locations of things might be. Yeah.
So when we did the playtest, we had loads of people who thought they had the upper hand because they were like, they planned out, they were like, right, we know what we're doing. We're going to do this thing. And then
looking at me for
the game.
I'm just, I want you to play the playtest.
Jesus, yeah, I was there.
You survived. We teamed up
pretty well.
Wasn't it Mod, Giora and Shogun?
That's it. Giora and Shogun. They thought they had the upper hand. They ran off somewhere. They literally left everyone. They went on a two-man kind of spree to kind of survive alone, and the game mode just screwed them over it completely. So they thought they had a plan. They genuinely thought that there was like all good, and it wasn't.
I had a plan. I made an Elder short bow, strung it.
You did.
And then you guys were like just chilling in a cornfield, keep closing the gates and stuff.
Until too many people came to the cornfield, and then like bosses started spawning on us, and then we had to run.
Spoken about bosses.
Bosses?
Have we not spoken about bosses? Oh, I just dropped a bomb. A boss bomb. I'll talk to you about them later, don't worry.
You'll figure it out when they spawn on you. That's how
seriously, you will.
So everyone else had these big plans of like these epic things. I wanted a nice little explore. I just wandered around on my own.
Just want to go see what's going on.
I mean, then I died horribly, but
did, yeah.
I survived quite long. I was just going around going, isn't this pretty? Oh, look at all this body. Everything's on fire. Isn't it lovely? Oh, dead.
Krista managed to survive by, like, she barricaded herself in a hole and she just survived.
She did. She barricaded herself in the agility shortcut for the Falador, the wall into Falador.
And then we came to find her, and then because it was a massive group of us came to find her, then loads of zombies spawned and she died. So she wasn't too happy with.
Yeah, I was going to say, I imagine it being...
She was alive for a full hour before you guys killed her.
She was.
So I suppose, is it safe to say, depending on how it goes, it could be future seasonals on this or anything like that? This isn't a one-off, I presume.
Well, we want to basically put this out there, see how it goes, see how people react to it. If you guys want more of it, if you really enjoy it, then we want to obviously provide that for you, and we want to tweak it and make sure, take all the feedback that you guys give us and just create something that you guys enjoy, basically.
Yeah.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to mention at all, or have we gone for everything? Is there anything we may have missed?
I can't think of anything else.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, rewards coming.
Unless,
more information on rewards.
Any more questions?
Yeah, unless there's more questions.
Obviously, any
we'll
more
be
questions.
sticking around, so...
Yeah, because these guys are going to be with us to the end of the stream, so if you have any questions, just pop them in and we'll try and get to them when we can. So, Tim, we're going to come over to you. Ninja. Let's get into it. I'm going to get into your update first of all, related to Luck of the Dwarfs. How is that going? And what is it, just for people who are not sure what that is?
So yeah, so I did the luck rework earlier this year. You might remember it. It's pretty good.
Modest, Timbo.
Pretty good.
Timbo's trumpet, didn't we?
No, we got the Timber trumpet.
But the update we got done now is when the ring shines, it will now tell you what item actually you should have got or did get thanks to the ring. Every single day I get tweets that are like, oh my god, my ring shined and nothing happened. Now this will tell you why it shone and if you got it or didn't get it.
And I have to bring it up because obviously people keep asking, permanent goals accumulator, where are we with this?
So we were waiting for a new model for it. We decided to say screw it and just recolor the old one.
Yes.
So it's going to be coming a little sooner than making a brand new one.
Yeah, that's very awesome. Right, I'm going to use this as a chance to talk about drop rates and skill and pet drop rates as well, if we can. So last Friday we released some examples of chances of unique drops to Telos, for example. Then, of course, we released the AOD drop rates. This Friday, I believe we have... Well, what do we have this Friday?
We've got Calfight King, Rise of the Six, and Araxor.
And these are the uniques in their full drop form.
Yeah, so I'm going to release the full uniques for each of the tables. How Araxor's drop table works differently on solo and duo. Obviously, some of the more well-known mechanics, like which path you take determines which leg and what style you use depending on what component you get, but be a bit more transparent about exactly the chances and how that happens. And yeah, mostly uniques, but also the chance of getting like the 30 shark drop on KK. And some silly ones as well.
I have a message that says we have images in capitals, so let's bring up the images.
We have a luck.
The luck rework. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. Let's bring that up. What did you use? Of course, you used on Rax. Really?
Yeah. So we made it so that it now shines at Araxor, but also demonstrates telling you what you got. And of course, as a public service announcement. Oh yeah. Also, Hazelmoon will tell you what doubles as well.
Oh, so you can double. So that's some of the stuff you can double at AOD then.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
So it now shows you the message for Hazelmere, but also what doubled at Hazelmere.
There you go.
You got double there. But yeah,
double.
But of course, just a reminder, you should wear your luck ring as you kill a Raxor, not as you loot a Raxor.
Because it's determined the moment the death is activated, right?
Yeah, and we're not changing it because it's complicated.
That's fair. So nice PSA is always nice. It's pretty cool. I can't remember.
Which is quite cool now with my update. It'll tell you what you got dropped.
Yeah, from Rax itself.
Before you click on the chest.
Will it work with clue scrolls?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. I want to see that. Look at the door shines brightly and you get a die. That'd be pretty amazing. So skill and pet drop rates. Are we okay to talk about them as well?
Yes.
And what our plans are for them?
We're going to release them.
As it stands, we don't have a time frame, I presume, but we are going to definitely be releasing them.
Yeah, skill and pet rates are a little more complicated because there are so many different ways of different skills, so many different ways of training skills, so many things that don't work with skilling pets. So we're going to be sort of taking our time with it and making sure it's right before we release it.
I suppose the focus as well is, we've already committed to one set of drop rates, so let's make sure we get all them out as well.
We're going to keep doing the boss rates, and the skilling pet rates will come as we have them done. Are you able to reveal what next Friday's drop rates might be yet, or are you still deciding? Christ. I think it's the other T90 stuff, so Legions. There's no more T90 stuff, is there?
No. Because obviously you got Calpite King.
So Legions, probably next, and God Wars 1.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, wait, no, God Wars 2, sorry. Next
Greg and Vindidi.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
I've got to commit to him now.
You didn't have to say anything.
I don't have to swear as well.
I almost where are we with combat pets as well, actually, in regards to that? Because obviously we've had the occasional teaser of an animation stuff. How are they coming along?
We are animating them right now. You've seen some of the animations?
Yep.
Saul Wallace getting animated, it's pretty cool. But yeah, the models are ready, we're animating them. They'll be coming out later this year.
Awesome. Gotta ask about the Evil Dave quest as well. Where are we with that?
Jeez, that's not a ninja project.
I mean, but it's your idea. It's your quest.
Yeah, I forgot about to mention the man.
It's your quest.
Evil Dave is currently being worked on by Ramen. After the success of Lost Grove, he was like, Evil Dave is my bag. I'm going to do a quest now. So yeah, we're currently implementing feedback on it. Me and myself and Ramen and Osborne feel it's really important we kind of get Evil Dave right. We don't want to be too wacky that it's not fun and nonsensical. There's got to be a little bit of gameplay and
of course,
sort of stuff like that. Because we want to make it like an old school quest. We want to make it not like an OSRS quest, but like the old times where you used to cart around and do silly things and have funny jokes and references.
All right, let's talk about the free-to-play update from Ninja. This is going to be something that is obviously very hype for free-to-play players.
Yeah, that's the big update this month for Ninjas.
So are you able to take us through what they can expect?
Yes. So yeah, the free-play Bonanza is coming. We've opened up an absolute shed ton of content.
Nice.
For free-to-play. So first of all, Fletching is now free-to-play. Or will be free-to-play, sorry, in October, which is hype. We're still ironing out some of the issues, like crossbows need members objects and stuff, so we're ironing all that sort of stuff up. That's going well. We have some images before John shouts at me.
No, he was shouting at me, not you. It's because you put it on the
free-to-play map.
So it's the expanded free-to-play map.
So yeah, we now have the entire of East of Baroque of Silveria. Modstu will kill me if I don't forget that name as well. So we've opened up the whole east of that. We've opened the whole of the deep wilderness as well. We removed the wildy wall. We have some more bosses free to play. So KBD, Chaos Elemental, Giant Mole. Giant Mole's probably already free to play.
Giant Mole, KBD was free to play last year.
Yeah, but Chaos Ellie is now free to play.
Okay.
There's blue dragons and red dragons are now free to play in the wilderness as well. There's loads of quests that are now free to play. Broken Home, Rag and Bone Man, Tolna's Rift. There's tons of more that I'm going to forget.
There's a lot, let's put it that way.
Basically, if there's a free-to-play quest in the base world, Missing Presumed Death.
Oh, indeed, okay.
If there's a free-to-play quest in the base free-to-play map world, it's probably free-to-play. 80% chance.
Awesome.
So drop
Dig Site's not free to play.
Is the Wildy one free to play?
No.
Because it is obviously because the Wilderness expansion expanded for free to play, but I wasn't sure if that was included with that. Okay,
no,
cool.
It's not.
I want to try and get your the process on why Fletching was made free to play. Are you able to kind of explain why that skill?
I think we had a mantra in one of these free to play changes. That's not just like a business case. It was like if I'm playing the free to play game, I shouldn't be impeded by not having membership. I should have an enjoyable game experience. I shouldn't just stumble across something and it's like subscribe now, and it's like no. Or like I should be able to craft my own armor and all my own gear. So a lot of the changes we've made is removing those barriers and let free to play sort of just play the game and engage with it themselves. So yeah, fletching is one of those. You can have craft your own bows and your own arrows and ammunition and stuff for free to play, which is huge. It's really important. We think it's really important for people playing the game. Obviously, with mobile coming in, we added some new changes, which John's going to show some images for now, about Mystic and Dragonhide for free to play.
Boom.
That's not it, but that is also cool.
That's fine.
So we're also filling out some of the content for free to play as well.
Wow.
So we're adding some of these new shields, which you can show as the concept art for is it Wizard, Dark Wizard, Carapace, and Spider Silk up there. So free to play can now craft Mystic armor. Mystic cloth will drop from NPCs that used to drop the Mystic robes and stuff whole. But now you can buy the cloth and craft it yourself, so you've got 250 armor for your own. We're adding Dragonhide boots. We're adding green, blue, red, maybe black boots. So there's tier 40, 50, and 60 boots now. The old boots like Basilisk, Kurilisk, and the other one,
don't know how you remember them, to be honest.
Turoth boots are now power boots. So they're special. So these will be tank boots, so they'll be power boots. Stuff.
Fair play to even remember most of that. That's amazing. There's obviously, when the update, of course, does come out, I think it's safe to say the news post, as well as everything else, is going to have a ton of information as to what you can expect with it. But
I mean, like my thing I recommend is just start a new free-to-play Iron Man. Go and check out and see what it's like, and like basically, if you come across any annoyances, then let us know and we'll fix them, because we want to try and make that experience as awesome as possible. And trying a brand new free-to-play Iron Man will be really exciting. And you can sort of experience this free-to-play experience that hopefully other people will get as well.
I've got a question here. Will free-to-play get more bag spaces to account for fletching and defenders?
No.
They will not. So they're going to make do what they have, but obviously, there's a lot more objects for them to play around with in that sense. Okay. Cool. Is there anything else you want to mention on in regards to Ninja, or have we gone for everything?
There was two things. Yeah, there was two things that Mod Ed wanted to talk about, which is the Holly Wreath.
Right.
We've got some images about the new Holly Wreath. There it is, boom, on screen. Mod Edge is sick of people tweeting him about it. To tweet more at him about it. But we've made some changes to the Holly Wreath to make it stand out a little bit more. So that's quite cool. That's quite nice. And the other one that Mod Pi will show me about is that Surge will now be castable off the global cooldown. Ooh. But it won't generate adrenaline if you do so, if you're on combat.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that's going to be very interesting.
So while you're on global cooldown, you'll be able to cast Surge.
Wow. Okay.
And they are some of the other big hit, sort of smaller ninja fixes we're doing in October.
Awesome. Right, Mod Raven, we're going to come over to you. So, I'm not even going to say why you're on the couch. Why are you on the couch?
Halloween!
There you go. That's all of the intro. Talk to us about it. So, last year we had, of course, the Invention-style Halloween event. What do we have this year?
So, we wanted to go back to something more traditional, more how we used to do things. Which is, so we're not doing a Halloween event as such, we're doing a Halloween quest. The idea is that it's ghost stories of Gielinor. So there are a number of ghosts, and I know there's pictures somewhere for Mod John to find. I think I've gone out of sequence just to be annoying. So there are ghosts around Gielinor, each of which has a particular story. You'll do a little bit of gameplay, puzzle, something relatively simple, sort of nothing too taxing or difficult, no high-level combat, that sort of thing. And once you complete it, you'll get a ghost story, as in a fully written ghost story. 5 of which have been written by players. I can try and remember the name of the players if you want. The other 5 have been written by JMods.
Are you one of them?
I might be one of them. You can probably guess which one is mine, because it's the one that had...
Is it a dark one?
It's the one that had my Osborne go, Raven, no, what have you done?
Oh, there you go. There's the object box there. The book's pages are currently empty. You'll need to find ghost stories to do it. There you go.
So it's available to both free players and members. Free players can get 5 of the stories, which is enough to complete the quest. This will get you the cosmetic, the emote, and access to previous emotes and cosmetics, I think. I might be slightly wrong. I think I'm right. and the members can get the other 5 ghost stories and can earn themselves the special title. So there's all sorts of stuff, and it's good fun as well. It's proper kind of the sort of nostalgic way we used to do Halloween content, that kind of short-term thing.
Apart from that puzzle one, which is like crazy. I'm not going to say much, but there's one that is mean.
There's a couple of.
There's one that is mean, and I'm going to enjoy watching people try and figure that one out.
Okay, yeah, there might be at least one mean one.
At least.
At least.
So
it's not so bad.
This is Raven we're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't think the mean puzzle's my fault. I think the mean puzzle's someone else. Just to be, difficult.
So I do love how this idea kind of came around from a quick get-together with a couple of people, right? And it kind of just spawned into its own...
It was a tap project between Mod Days, Mod Helen and myself, where we kind of went, we want to do Halloween, we want to do a sort of little Halloween questy thing, and we want to do... I've always wanted to do more stories and storytelling, and I want to get the players' stories in as well. I've always wanted to do that. I quite liked what we did with Menopause, but I wanted to expand it to other things. So we reached out to a bunch, this is before it became official, we reached out to a bunch of players and went, hey, write us some stuff.
We did tell them, and obviously we did tell them there wasn't a guarantee.
We told them there's no guarantee, but yeah, we got some really nice stories in there. And the 5 we've chosen were the best of a good bunch. And there's some very good stories in there. There was a couple of stories that we kind of wanted to use but couldn't quite use because they did non-RuneScape references, but there's some brilliant stuff in there.
Is it safe to say it kind of follows that trail of memory of Nomad in that sense?
Ish. One of the things we've done to be a bit... We wanted to encourage the community to interact with each other and talk and get stuff. So the stories aren't explicitly told, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here, go here. There are hints to make it, and it's not too difficult to work it out. We want to get the players to go talk, to find them and to go, on Reddit, on the forums, and go, oh guys, I found this one. Oh. That's a mime for typing. And communicate with them, get people talking, get people interacting, to find the stories, to go and do them together, and give people hints to solve them, particularly the particularly mean ones. Yeah.
And obviously, safe to say we're planning to release it, of course, for Halloween. Would be a bit odd, obviously, for us to not do that.
Yeah, I don't know the exact release date.
No, of course.
Yeah.
The Monday before Halloween.
I imagine, probably, yeah.
But it's going to be pretty cool. How long is it planning to? How long's the plan to stay in game?
We're planning on staying in for 2 weeks, as in roughly the normal thing. But I think we are discussing the idea of putting a poll out there. Because there were some people wanting it as permanent content, so we're putting out the poll of potentially leaving it in.
So a potential poll will go, hey, do you actually want to keep this in the game permanently?
Just make it potentially.
Yeah, because we have had that in the past where we had, these really, like we've had the Skate's Chocolate Factory and stuff like that, where we've had these really big events, but then of course they're temporary to go away, and then of course that content has never gotten to again. So I think it's pretty cool that we might be giving them that option.
Remembering City's Chocolate Factory.
You look very sad that you can't play that anymore.
Yeah, it was good fun. Update. It was a really good little holiday.
Biased again, my own trumpet. It was a great.
I loved that update. It was really, really cool. So yeah, it'd be pretty interesting if we go ahead with that poll to see what the reception is. I hope, personally, I want it to be permanent because there is content there. But I don't think we should ever throw it away in that sense. So we'll see. But is there anything else you want to touch on in regards to that, or is that kind of it?
I mean, I'm sort of talking this on behalf of the Titans, who are the ones currently doing the majority of the work. It's not me. I've done some, but they've done the majority of the work. So I probably shouldn't say any more because I can imagine Mod Cuppers going, shut up.
No, I think we've covered everything without diving into new spoiler territory and mentioning, let's say, bosses, for example. But
I have just remembered, by the way, that Og spoke about it in the BTS bosses. I was literally sitting here going, I'm pretty sure someone's mentioned bosses.
So he's the one that spoiled it then.
Yeah.
So it wasn't me.
Were you aware of said spoiler?
No.
You weren't aware of said spoiler. Oh, it's fine now.
It was planned. It was
planned then. Okay, so we'll it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler-free stream for the first time in forever, I think.
Hope so. Well, I said it wasn't a spoiler.
No,
you did swear though, so it's alright.
He half swore. We'll go with that one, yeah.
But to kind of, if you're just joining us late, just to summarise what we went through really quickly, we had Mod Infinity on the couch to talk about Customer Support Week, involving, of course, the new drop. and doing your clue scrolls from account check, and of course making sure you are up to speed on account security. And if you are, you get 2 extra keys a day. That includes bank pin and authenticator, is that correct?
Yep,
bank pin authenticator. Then of course spoke to Mod Solin about Gielinorian Giving, a little charity event we have in game. Of course, a great opportunity to donate to our free charities that we are partnered with as Jagex as a company, which is really, really awesome. And then we went over to the computers Mod Mohawk to show off Novtumberfest, showed off some of the content, so you can watch that back if you missed it. Came back, talked a bit of Dimension of the Damned, and showed a little bit of that off for the first time ever. So if you did miss that, definitely check it out. Came over to, of course, Timbo for the Ninja updates. Yep. There's a lot to talk about. I think it's safe to say a lot of free-to-play stuff, of course, coming up. The Look at the Dwarf changes, of course, and so on. And then, of course, Mod Raven with, as he called it, the Ghost Stories of Gielinor in his presentation style that he does. What? I don't know.
There was a lot of this.
I don't know what you mean.
He never talks like that.
But apart from that, I'm going to get ready to finish up by saying that the moment this stream ends, I believe RuneScape will kick in. Is that correct?
We'll aim to do it as soon after as we can.
Right.
Can you give me 5 minutes to go upstairs and
yeah, because I want to go type in the chat really quickly.
For everybody who hasn't been able to connect their accounts today, we are doing it for every stream that we do on Tuesday and Friday. So don't panic if you haven't been able to link your account during the stream today. We'll be doing it in future for all the ones we're doing in future as well.
So basically, the moment this stream ends, we are going to basically hit the button, and with a bit of luck, people will start getting the Twitch and all pet in game. And obviously, to do that, you need to have your account linked up on runescape.com. I think it's runescape.com/ is it just /lootscape? /info/lootscape.
It's not working at the moment. The web team are looking at it because
right.
it's been overloaded.
Of course.
Classic.
Yeah, don't panic if you're not able to get it today. You'll be able to get it any time in the next kind of few months.
So yeah, if you can't link your Twitch account today, all the streams we're doing, dev Q&As, etc. We'll let you know which ones we're going to be running it on, but fingers crossed you end up getting it. And obviously we hope that you enjoyed this.
When are you going to get the pet?
Well, I'm never going to get it, am I? Obviously, that's just the way it is.
We should bring I'll bring my laptop next time, and you can get it. Like literally, we'll do it live. You getting it.
But yeah, as always, thank you all for joining us. Thank you for joining me.
Pleasure as always.
It's all right.
And,
I hated every minute.
This is, of course, the RuneScape team that we all know and love. We all have fun here, that's the main thing. So thank you so much for joining us, as always. And I don't believe we have a stream next week, but we'll let you know when we have our next Dev Q&A as, of course, the weeks come on by. But, of course, enjoy the rest of your week. Of course, make sure to donate whatever you can, of course, the Gielinorian event we have going in-game. And make sure you do your daily clue scrolls from Count Check as well, because you never know, you might get a bit lucky. Take care, have a good one, and we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.